Welcome to This Explainer. Today we are skipping the usual intro stuff and jumping right into one of the most profound, honestly mind-bending philosophical mysteries of human existence. It's this massive debate that has captivated scientists, artists, and visionaries alike, and it challenges the very foundation of how you and I interact with the world around us.
I want you to really chew on this for a second. What truly shapes our reality? Is it knowledge or is it imagination? Now, for centuries, we've understandably celebrated knowledge as the ultimate power, right? We rely on degrees, we hunt down facts, we conduct meticulous research, and we value expertise above almost everything else. And hey, that accumulation of facts has absolutely driven civilizations forward. But if you look closely at history, some of the world's absolute greatest thinkers recognized an even greater force at play. They believed that while knowledge is undeniably crucial, there is a totally different engine pulling us into the future. Okay, let's dive into this, because here is the true distinction between these two forces. Knowledge is retrospective. It explains what already exists. It maps out the world exactly as we currently understand it. Imagination, on the flip side, creates what does not yet exist. It looks straight at the blank spaces on the map. The incredible takeaway here is that our minds aren't just, passively observing reality or taking notes on what's already there. Through imagination, our minds are actively participating in creating reality itself.
Section 1. The boundaries of knowledge and the structure of human progress.
To really grasp this whole dynamic, we've got to validate knowledge as our foundation. Knowledge is the architectural framework of our lives. It gives structure to human progress. It teaches us the mechanics of how the world actually works, and it lets us systematically solve complex problems. It literally gives us the precise blueprints to build incredible technology, advance medicine to save lives, and ultimately create civilization itself. It is incredibly valuable because it's measurable, it's practical, and most importantly, it's teachable from one generation to the next.
But, and this is a truly profound realization, knowledge has limits. It is fundamentally restricted because it's based exclusively on what is already known, what's already been discovered, what's already been proven. By its very definition, knowledge can only operate within the strict boundaries of the past and the present. So the crucial point is, without imagination, knowledge can become repetitive and confined. Think about your own life for a minute. If we only ever relied on what was already proven, we just keep building slightly better versions of the exact same things. We would never experience true breakthroughs. Every single revolutionary invention, every groundbreaking scientific discovery, every major transformation in human history, they all had to begin first as an idea, imagined entirely outside the boundaries of existing knowledge. Section 2. The limitless realm of imagination. Moving beyond physical reality. This is where things get awe-inspiring. Let's trace how this actually works in the mind. We start at step 1, grounded in the known physical reality. That's the domain of knowledge. But imagination? Imagination has no boundaries. It allows the mind to travel to step 2, moving completely beyond logic to envision infinite possibilities that do not yet exist. And finally, this leads to step 3, where we actually create realities that previous generations would have considered completely impossible. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that progression plays out in the real world. Think about it. Long before the Wright brothers built an airplane using the strict principles of engineering and knowledge, someone had to look up at a bird and simply imagine humans flying. Before we had this massive network of satellites and smartphones in our pockets connecting the globe, someone had to imagine the concept of communication without distance. Every physical creation, every single tool we rely on today, began entirely in the unseen world of thought. The reason imagination is described as limitless is because it expands far beyond standard logic. It taps into these entirely abstract human traits: creativity, intuition, emotion, and vision. It allows the mind to interact directly with pure possibility rather than physical limitation. It doesn't ask, what is? It asks, what if? Section 3. The quantum connection: consciousness, focus, and reality. Now, this isn't just about daydreaming. Quantum theory reveals that at the absolute smallest, subatomic levels, matter actually behaves in ways that completely shatter our traditional understanding of a rigid, physical universe. Particles exist as energy, as probabilities, and as interconnected systems that sit way beyond our ordinary perception. Now, to be totally clear and objective here, science doesn't directly prove manifestation in the popular spiritual sense, but these modern interpretations of quantum mechanics have deeply inspired a much broader philosophical reflection on the relationship between consciousness, focus, and reality. It suggests a universe literally filled with unseen connections.
When we pull this concept out of the theoretical and drop it into the practical everyday, we can actually observe how focused thought translates into actionable shifts in our physical lives. Step 1. The mind holds an intense focus on a vision, a goal, or a desire. Step 2. Because of this sustained focus, your behavior, your perception of the world, and your emotional energy naturally begin to shift. You literally start seeing pathways you previously completely ignored. And step 3, over time, this focused intention directly influences your decisions, the opportunities you seize, your actions, and ultimately, your real-world outcomes. Distilling all of this down to its most impactful core, what you consistently focus on begins to shape your reality. Your sustained mental focus has real-world gravity. It directs your knowledge and your actions toward bringing the unseen into the scene. Section 4. Combining vision and execution, the real power. Now, what's really interesting here is that the profound realization isn't about choosing between these two forces. Actually, scratch that. It's that they are halves of a whole. Knowledge provides the practical tools, the materials, the how-to. Imagination, meanwhile, provides the vision, the blueprint, the what could be. I want you to lean into this powerful analogy because it makes this entire philosophical synthesis instantly clear and, honestly, super memorable. Knowledge builds the bridge. It handles the physics, the tension, the steel, and the concrete. But imagination decides where the bridge should lead. Without imagination, you might build an absolutely perfect bridge that goes nowhere. Let's see how this builds when one side is missing. In a scenario without imagination, knowledge simply lacks innovation. You just get stagnation. But in a scenario without knowledge, imagination lacks execution. You get endless dreaming with zero tangible results. The ultimate takeaway from everything we've explored today is that you absolutely need both. When you pair the limitless vision of the imagination with the precise, practical execution of knowledge, they become completely unstoppable. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. The collective knowledge of human history gave us the incredible technological tools that allowed you to watch and understand this explainer today. The bridge has been built, and those tools are sitting right there in your hands. So the only question left is, what will your imagination do next?